Once my friends and I dreamed of flying. We would sail a ship with me as its captain. In time, I became that captain. I found a new ship with new friends. My ship was the Youth League.
Others chose a different captain. Their boat was New Yevon.
You know, I realize I'm like a lot of you people. We want a captain, and we want a ship to ride, but more important than that, really, we all want to ride together.
There are some things you can't do alone. But they become easy with friends beside you.
This was the lesson that we learned when we launched those ships.
It was power. And we misused that power. We turned our friends and followers against each other.
Forgive us.
Somehow we forgot. There's a much larger ship out there. One we've been riding ever since we were born. That ship is Spira.
No one knows just where our voyage will lead us. But we do know one thing. One way or another, we will get by. We'll go on living. The calm will continue.
Just one more thing. We all owe thanks to a very special lady. Yeah, you all know who I'm talking about. We really hope that she could be here today.
It's time for me to go home.
She left a message. She said she's going home. So farewell, but not goodbye. See you next time.
Did we really have to leave like that? Just think of the party we're missing!
I think we party enough, don't you? Brother! Higher! Brother! Faster! I can't hear you!
So much has happened, and I'm sure it's only the beginning. Through the smiles and tears, through the anger and the laughter that follows, I know that I'll keep changing. This is my story. It'll be a good one. It all began when I saw this sphere of you.
Yeah,
This is Yuna's story,
it is Yuna's story.
which is about
being
the
Yuna.
boy.
That's about Yuna being Yuna. I mean, it was like, oh hey, my boyfriend might be alive,
Yep.
and then like
Remember my dead boyfriend? Might be
completely
actually
forgot
alive.
for like a long time. I was like, oh yeah, he might be alive. Well,
But
let's go do other things.
let's- Meanwhile, the new Yevon and the Youth League are having their own bickering match, and aren't quite realizing that they actually are best friends, and are willfully throwing their own like armies at each other for whatever purpose. I really don't understand why they would do that to each other. And then the fifth act be like, actually, just kidding, we're all friends. We were friends the whole time.
That was Yuna that did that. With the concert outside.
No, but Payne's sphere said that they were all actually like straight up friends.
Yeah.
And
I think
Yuna's concert brought them together, yes.
I think it
brought
was
the peoples together at least to stop them all from fighting. But their leaders, I'm just surprised that their leaders let that happen, like let it get to that point.
I think it was an us versus them mentality.
Maybe. It just sounds like all politics.
I mean, us versus them can happen for everything or anything. I mean, you could have...
Whenever I have a falling out with my friends, like I'll have good friends, and whenever I have a falling out, I just think ill of them and don't ever talk to them again. And don't even work with them and don't even want to be around them.
Okay.
Like, shut them out of my life completely. I don't go to war with them, though. That'd be the opposite of what I want to do. If I don't like them, if I don't like their ideas, if I don't like their politics, I just don't talk to them.
Well, the friends that you like, you bring them onto your projects, right?
Yeah.
Yay!
Which is just like what YRP did.
Yep.
My favorite band.
I wish they were real.
You know what? This is kind of weird,
concerts.
but I know the credits are rolling, and so this is probably a good time to reflect on all of the themes that we've had over this game. We've talked about New Yevon, the Youth League, Gipple, Nuge, and those guys all being friends, but not, whatever. This was a game that was about Yuna looking for Titus. From the very beginning. They're not trying to hide that. But the whole time they're trying to hide that. That's the thing. Like, they're trying to say Titus is this red herring to a much bigger thing, and I'm not sure what they're trying to say by that.
Well, I think we just have to sit on it for a few days.
We don't have a few days. We have credits.
Okay.
We have till the end of the credits, dude.
Alright, let's keep this rolling and then
We'll
watch
just reload the credits.
Yeah, we'll just reload the credits and just have it not end for the next couple days. You don't have work, do you?
No.
I don't have school.
What I'm thinking is that if the whole story is supposed to be about Yuna and it's centered around Yuna, but the plot from the get-go, from day zero, they're like, by the way, your dead boyfriend might be alive. And then they don't build on that at all. Just, at this point, seems really cheap and almost cruel.
Yeah.
And I think that's because there's like multiple endings to this. There's like a 100% ending, there's a good ending. I don't know if we got a bad or a good ending or whatever.
I think we got a good ending. I think
seemed-
the bad
seemed
one is
good.
everyone dies.
Oh, that'd probably be bad. Well, maybe. Then Yuna and then Yuna can be together with everyone.
Yeah, I guess so.
But the other side of this is that maybe the other plot line is that Yuna is going through this adventure to accept that she does not need Titus
Yeah,
in her life.
I think so. I mean, she goes, like, she
But does
chases
she
after-
accomplish that?
Well,
Then becomes the question.
Well, the ending is that she just goes off into the sunset like, hey, let's just have fun. Let's just enjoy life.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I can get behind that. Question is like, does she get not only what she wants but what she needs? And what she needs is to have peace in her life. And yeah, I think by the end you're right. She looks like she's at peace.
Yeah, she's having fun. She's happy with what she's doing. She's
And she doesn't have to, she doesn't feel the need to, what we talked about just a little bit ago, internalize.
Yeah.
And then try to save the world more. Because she spends this whole game working so hard to save everyone's little tiny bitty problems, which she has nothing to do with. Like, she is an external force on all of these people's problems, and she comes down as the Gullwings to save them and to bring them liberation, as kind of a way to mask her own feelings of worthlessness, right?
Yeah.
And now she feels worth. That is kind of cool. She does feel worth by the end of this.
Yeah, like from inside herself. Like she rejects the party and the celebration of someone else finding Wu.
Yeah, so screw Titus, screw that whole system, all of the things that go into that kind of like, I need someone else in my life in order to feel complete, to feel whole. She just rejects that.
Yeah, she says, let's go make our own pony.
She's like, well, I just murdered the ghost that looks like my dead boyfriend. Let's go fly away. Let's go home. Yeah, I'm ready to go home. And likewise, I feel like I'm ready to go home now.
Yep.
You know what was the best part of this game?
What?
The dress spheres.
Yeah.
That was really cool. No matter which way, it was always exciting and amazing and cool to be like, you change your clothes and it changes how you feel about the world around you.
Yeah.
It changes your class in this game. And it's like the technology of clothes can do all of these fabulous, magnificent things and unlock your hidden potentials. Which is so true.
But you know what's even better than that? So you have the magical girl, or the magical girl transformation that's a staple in Japanese media.
Yep.
Where you transform into your magical clothes to become magical.
Yeah.
But with the regular clothes that Yuna and everybody has in the cutscenes and everything, those are jobs themselves. So your regular everyday clothes, they're magical too.
Huh.
You're the magical one that's just changing clothes for the job.
But it goes both ways, right?
Yeah.
You are empowered, one, and your clothes are empowered.
Yeah.
Like both of them together. It takes the two of them, and that's when it gets into the really cool part about the Final Fantasy X-2 lore, is that these dress spheres, the clothing, have their own memory.
Yeah.
That's the really cool part. Because, clothes have their own memory in a weird way. Styles have their own memory. You have styles that come back into fashion after a few decades, after being out of fashion, and that has its own history to it. Lineages of the technology that goes into basically technology that we use to enhance our own bodies. That's what clothing is.
Yeah.
Clothing is literally a technology that you use to enhance your appearance, and not enhance in like a cybernetic kind of way, where it's something that empowers you as an individual.
Yeah.
That's why we don't run around naked. It's not for any kind of. It might be for some kind of ethical idea or some kind of moral ground, but there's politics to it. But at the end of the day, we wear what we wear because it empowers us, or it makes us feel good, or it makes us feel comfortable, or it's the things that we love, and maybe sometimes it gives us swords and guns.
Yes. Yes.
You know, it happens. Oh crap, I came to work in my gunner outfit. This is not gonna go over well. Whoa! Oops.
Hello,
dear.
how may I assist you today? Blam,
How
blam.
are you
Oh
doing?
god, I'm sorry.
Oh, that didn't hurt, right? No, it only did like 8 damage.
Hold on, let me change clothes into my white mage. And you're healed. Yay!
That's the outfits. That's the dress spheres they give everyone on jobs.
Gunner or white mage? That's all you can have when you go to work.
Anyway, so yeah. Anything else? Is there any other themes to Final Fantasy X-2 that we're missing?
I think that's all the good themes. All the good things that I can say about it.
Yeah. There were problems.
Yep.
Every puzzle.
There was some...
Straight up, just every puzzle. All the mechanics. And
There was some narrative
the
problems
pacing.
I had, but... Yeah, but, you know.
I mean, but you could look past those things. Things like
Most people
the
can't.
graphics. The graphics were not great. The music was alright. Just passable. Not even
That's
anything.
because we didn't get to the worst of it.
Huge CGI scenes that were actually really well done, well put together, but just seemed like, alright, this is where we put the money.
Cinematography was good.
Yeah, cinematography, everything else was like, well, that's a nice effort, isn't it? Oh, look, they don't go back to their spots after they attack. They stay next to the opponent. that they have just hit, and for another turn they get to be right there. Okay, good effort, guys.
Yay.
Dress sphere system actually does work though,
Yeah.
which is more than I can say about the sphere system in FFX. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
It was very confusing for me.
You just choose what you level up. That's
yeah,
it.
I didn't feel like I had a lot of control. But this seemed like I
Well,
had a
that's
lot of
because
control.
you haven't done the international edition.
Okay. I mean,
The
they
international
updated it.
So for the American version,
Well, I don't. That's neither here nor there.
fine. What is it?
I will rescind my comment and go back to the main point
Okay.
that the sphere, the dress sphere system was actually pretty solid and delightful.
If you love the dress sphere system, you might like Final Fantasy 13.
Oh.
Because they kind of have that with the paradigm shifts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have a thing where
You can just shift classes whenever.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
And so you can be like, hey, this person, I want them to be attacker now instead of like defender. And then you can just set up the loadout. What most people don't like about that is that's basically hold A. But this game was basically hold A.
And
or
that's
X.
okay. I've set myself up in a way to where I could hold X.
Yeah.
And I was fine with that. Like, yeah, I deserved that. I earned it.
You,
And it
you
worked.
Figured it out.
I figured out how to do it. I put the work in. Like, I didn't feel like it was cheating at all.
Nah. It's pretty good.
Cool. Well, yeah, I think we went through most of the problems.
Yeah.
You know, the graphics, the puzzles, the main gameplay,
Yeah.
bits of the story, and the game overs, and that one boss that was really cruel and
Yeah.
unusual.
Yeah.
The jumping music puzzle thing.
We probably would have done more if we did more side quests. Like, had more
But-
things to complain about.
Oh, like, okay, yeah. Yeah, we probably had a lot more things to complain about if we did all the side quests.
Like, we tried
Glad
this.
we didn't.
We tried this one, like, card number game thing.
The card number game!
That was bull.
Oh, silly game. You just add numbers
Doesn't
up.
make sense.
Why did they do all of this to just add numbers up? Have they never played, like, an actual card game that is fun to play? Like, there are card games out there where you add numbers up and they're fun to play. Like, have you all ever played, what's the one with the pegs in the board? And it's all Scottish or Irish? One of those. Cribbage. Like, cribbage is a game where you just add numbers together.
Oh,
And it's actually kind of fun.
it is?
It's actually kind of got like a couple 100-year history because it's a really great game. No.
That
This was a basic ass add some numbers together.
I hear it
Find
only.
common multiples.
I hear it only gets worse
Yeah.
the more side quests you do.
Yeah.
So good.
But they
thing,
tried.
Good thing we didn't do those.
Anyway, lastly, I guess since that's enough about Final Fantasy X-2, how about the Let's Play? Final Fantasy X-2, the Let's Play. Thank you so much for joining us. It has been an absolute adventure. The longest Let's Play that I've ever made. And that is because of a lot of personal factors that have limited in how much that I've been able to create and be free to be able to do what I want. And so the ending of Final Fantasy X-2 is kind of very similar to how I feel right now. Is that I feel in my own way liberated, like a long journey has finally come to a close, and that I can finally accept myself in a weird way. I don't need to get into too specific of details, but I want to talk more specifically about how you've been a huge factor in helping me find my own source of healing, and that I think that there's a lot to this Let's Play that actually shows that.
Really?
That over the course of the last 54, 55 episodes that we've come a lot closer together, that we've created a very interesting thing, and that hopefully it'll excite people and get them to, I hope that people will respect that and like that and enjoy that. And I think that it's made me a better Let's Player, and I think that our friendship has grown a lot over the last 16 months.
Definitely.
In huge, huge important ways. And I hope that we can do this again soon. And all of that, I would not be at the end right now. The end of Final Fantasy X-2, I made it!
Finally made it.
If it weren't for you. Even more, I would not be making Let's Plays right now if it was not for you and if it was not for this Let's Play. There's no way to state that. I had completely quit from everything games about 12 months ago. I said, that's enough, I can't handle this anymore. And you were like, but we haven't beaten Final Fantasy X2 yet.
Yeah.
We haven't beaten that yet.
I paid you $10 once.
I paid you $10 once. I think you owe me a little something here, like a little extra, like 40 episodes.
Yeah.
In 10 months of your life. No.
But a well-deserved 40 episodes and 10 months of your life.
No, if it wasn't for you, I would not be here making Let's Plays. And that is a fact.
That's right.
So, thank you.
Okay. That's really sweet. I'm glad I was able to help you get back into it.
Yeah. And that's it. That's all I've got. That's all I've got. Do you have anything else to say? Any last words for our Let's Play together?
I hope people have noticed that we have gotten increasingly more intimate and gay as we came along.
That is not even hidden at all.
Hitting?
Well, hitting on. You can watch the first episodes. It's like,
Yeah, we're like,
you want to hang out together like all day? Okay.
Then there was some point where I was just like staring at your hair. I was like, this legendary hair. I've seen it so many times on Twitch chat and everyone like being sexualized to it. Can I touch it? And
It
they're
has
like,
drawn
"Sure."
so many people.
God, it feels like normal hair.
It's
But
pretty
better.
magical.
Much better than normal hair, but it feels like normal hair.
Sorry, it's not blue anymore.
It's okay.
It'll be blue soon.
Yay.
Just for this little bit here. Just this little bit. You should have it black.
Yeah.
Alright. Then,
Alright.
if that's everything, thank you all so much for watching. There's a lot of deleted scenes to this Let's Play. Things that I have placed and hidden in special little places on Patreon and in my Twitter and all over the place. Just little Easter eggs that have come from this Final Fantasy X-2 Let's Play that have just been kind of us either screwing around or what we've talked about during those CG scenes, those big scenes where I cut the camera out, those are some little special stuff in there.
Yeah.
And so make sure you sneak around, ask me on Twitter about where those things are. I can show you some things.
Don't ask me, I don't know where you put them either.
But yeah, if you need more Final Fantasy X-2 or more of us together, you can just ask me on Twitter at SoulAndCubed, and I can show you where they all are.
Yeah.
As well as just stay tuned to more Rainy Day Let's Play, and there's more coming. We've got more games that are coming.
More games?
You know it, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
Have a good day, everybody. I love you guys. The Prince of Play is out.
Fly high, dream big. That was a long outro.
It deserved it. It's Final Fantasy X-2.
Yeah, that's true.